A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave of too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
Hey, y'all, I want to make this video real quick. Just talk about some. I was just thinking about today. You know how we, people say like, hey, I'm on the verge of doing this, or, I'm this close. I'm this close from, getting out there and doing, and getting out there and acting bad, right? So my thing is, we all have ideas of, we need we got bills to pay, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you have to take, go by, drastic measures to get things done, to pay them bills, you know what I'm saying? So, like we working, like for real, like we working, and sometimes, man, even these jobs, it's just not enough to pay the bills sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, because especially if you own a house, and you might have some may break down, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe plumbing issue or some go out, you know what I'm saying, your house, you know what I'm saying? I just think about how, people be saying like I'm this close to doing this going bad, right? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I was literally thinking about, I guess I ain't going bad, but I was thinking about becoming a stripper. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, I was when I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm 50 now, but I was literally thinking, I'm not lying, me and my homeboys, like, we was gonna be the stripper cartel. You know what I'm saying? And pulling up at the bachelor parties, and you know what I'm saying, and we gonna make it, shut it down. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make it happen. But I don't know. I guess I thought about it, and I was like, man, you know what? I was doing research and everything. I'm getting ready. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I didn't do it because I was just thinking like, man, you know what? I'm pretty sure I can come up, with something else. You know what I'm saying? Another hustle. You know what I'm saying? I got, so many ideas or whatever. But I literally thought about it. I was like, dang, man, man, these bills coming. I need to do something. I need some quick money fast. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna start stripping. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got time to be playing no games. I need my money fast. I need it in lump sum. I need it quick. I need it coming right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I like I said, I chose not to do it. I was just thinking like, man, I come up with something else. Of course, which I did. You know what I'm saying? Different businesses and stuff like that. But I was just thinking back on it, like, man, maybe, I don't know, maybe I should have, you know what I'm saying, just to get the experience. I mean, what I had to lose. But now I did hear a brother say, what's this brother name? Oh, the brother called himself the Punisher, whatever. He was involved with Diddy, Cassie and Diddy. You know what I'm saying? They said he was one of the ones they called on to be, one of the guys that slept with Cassie while, Puffy was president, and all the back and forth, right? So, you know what I'm saying? He said on the brother Godfrey, his podcast with her, right? And Godfrey We Trust, like, he said only thing about stripping, well, I guess it's a man, I guess it messed with your morals because you see so much, like, so much to go on. You know what I'm saying? You sleeping with so many women, you seeing the worst side, I guess, of it, you know what I'm saying, with characteristics, of, how people act, you know what I'm saying, certain, women or whatever characteristics. in that aspect, you know what I'm saying, the stripping and, you know, doing the bachelorette parties, and it's just so much going on, right? So I was like, man, you know, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, just to, like I said, just like, hey, you only live once, you know what I'm saying, can't say like, you know, I can't say like I would have, I don't know, you know, feel some type of way about it, you know what I'm saying, after just experience, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna make it my life. It's just like, hey man, I need to get this money and do something with it, you know what I'm saying, quick. But you know what I'm saying, I think about it, you know, thinking back on it, you know what I'm saying, I'm just like, man, what if I would have did it, you know what I'm saying, would my life be different? Or, you know what I'm saying, now that I of course I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying, my life is still different, you know what I'm saying, right now, you know what I'm saying, I would say for the better. But, you know, I know what they say, you know, fast money, you know what I'm saying, you blow fast money, you know, come fast, you blow it fast, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, in that sense, I kind of do think about like, dang, you know what I'm saying, what if I did do it, you know what I'm saying, what the difference would have been, you know what I'm saying, me just doing that, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, the money, you know, I did, you know, I got it for a purpose and did something else with it, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, what I got caught up, because sometimes I know you can't get caught up in the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, quick money, and you just depending on that money, you just like, you know, just what you do, it's just how you get your money, and you just keep doing it, you know what I'm saying, may get caught up to where you're not thinking long term, or like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna invest this money, I'm gonna put this money in the business, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or you getting it like boom, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go get this, I'm gonna go buy this material thing instead of like investing it, you know what I'm saying, so you can rely on that, and you gotta work, and you know, you can rely on that money later, and you don't have to worry about no stripping, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, that's just something, you know, I thought about, you know, like, man, you know, what is it a lesson in that, you know what I'm saying, even for me, you know what I'm saying, other people to learn, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, come up with another hustle, or do it and don't complain. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you set your mind on, go on, handle up. You know what I'm saying? Get your money. But like I said, as a caveat, have a mindset, you know what I'm saying, maybe to do something else with it. You know what I'm saying? But I just thinking about that today. I was like, man, yeah, we have been acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my partners too, especially in our 30s. Oh man. Our fitness level, of course, you know, is not the same as it was, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, we was on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was on it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even talked to, you know what I'm saying, the people, you know, like, you know, of course, women that, they was like, you know, I'll take muscle over money, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just, you know, I was like, man, I don't know. I think I probably would have, just be honest, I probably would have been out of control. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I guess in, you know, saying that, I probably, you know, I know I probably would have been out of control. Me and my homeboy, I would have dragged them in with me, and we'd have been like just acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, it's probably good that I didn't do that, no, because of me. You know what I'm saying? And I also, you know, I know myself. You know, I got addictive personality. I see that money, getting that money, and then boom, that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? And may have been hard to break the cycle, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? Probably could have, but at the same time, got a business mind. I might have would have put the money, you know what I'm saying, in some, you know, dealing with business. So, you know, you never know. But you know, for people out there, there's, you know, you could create. You always create something, create another hustle, you know what I'm saying, something like that, to do something, you know, to generate income, you know what I'm saying. But that's just, we all know that's just quick money, you know what I'm saying. I think it's better for women, you know, but it's some men, you know, if you did become strippers, like, you know, it just, you know, what you gonna have to deal with, you know what I'm saying. You probably gonna, you know, deal with a lot, you know, in that sense, you know what I'm saying. A lot of, you know, like they said, I don't know, it's like your moral compass is ruined, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know, like I said, it's a lesson in it. You know, at the same time, maybe it's for people like, hey, you know, the ones that do it and get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, thrive in it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's you know, that's something that, I don't know, I can't say it's like for somebody, it's like, well, yo, you was meant to be a stripper. Nah, I ain't gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? But it could be the fact that, like, you know what I'm saying, they fell into it, and you know what I'm saying, they got a chance to do it and thrive in it without catching the, you know what I'm saying, the bad end of it, you know what I'm saying? So, that's for some people, the word it just ends up going better for them than others. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, which is always, in business too. That's how it is. Sometimes a person, they'll take over business and they do well with it. Sometimes person, they'll have a business and they don't. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on, I guess, the person and, you know what I'm saying, their actual effort, you know what I'm saying, and their business acumen. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I was just thinking about that. I just want to get on here and say that, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was like, man, yeah, I probably would have been out there bad, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to, break the bank, you know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, taking my partners with me, we would have been, scheming and all type of, all type of mixes and popping out birthday cakes and, bachelorette parties, popping it and, going crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, kind of, it assists, may have probably, did good with it and, you know what I'm saying, got a chance to just live that life or whatever. But, at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know. I accepted, life as it done been, I done dealt with it, you know what I'm saying? Life as it came to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess sometimes it's like it is though. Sometimes people capitalize on the ideas and sometimes people don't, you know what I'm saying? So, I think for the most part though, some people, they be like, I'm that close to going bad. I mean, I don't want to get nobody no bad advice, but I'm like, you know what? As long as you ain't harming nobody, hey, you know what I'm saying? You might want to take that chance and just like see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you might not hurt nobody and it might go well for you. You might be able to, you know what I'm saying, make something happen. You know what I'm saying, from it. Shoot. I think that, if you have a chance to, you know what I'm saying, and you can really make something out of it, and you have a possible knack for it. I'll just say it like that, because anybody can't just get up there and, you know what I'm saying, do that or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But if you possibly have a knack for it, I ain't knocking. I can't knock it. Like I said, as long as you ain't hurt nobody, you know what I'm saying. Ain't nobody trying to, be out here, you know what I'm saying, knocking nobody up the side of the head, robbing, you know what I'm saying, stealing and all that, and jacking folk, you know what I'm saying, and just, out here trying to, hustle like that, you know, since I don't condone that, but shoot, you out there really talking, you like you that go on do it then, you know what I'm saying? Go on get out there. If you you know what I'm saying? You feel like you can get out there and do it. You feel like you really can do it. I say get out there and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain. You know what I'm saying? Or figure out another hustle. That's what I would say. Figure out another hustle. Get to where you can figure something out where you can you know what I'm saying, you can make money off of, profit from, and you know what I'm saying, have some extra income coming off of, you know what I'm saying? So, I chose, like right now, I'm learning stock options. I'm trying to figure out in that aspect. I'm trying to figure out that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I've been investing. My investment's going good, but the stock option game is kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do it the easy way. I've been working so hard all my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how can I get back and make money to where I'm making it and it's not one of I got to go grind for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that. Like the people know it, I got a food truck. When you get in that food truck, it's a grind. Like it's nonstop grind. Especially when we got big events, it's a grind. So real estate is kind of grind up front. You know what I'm saying? Like getting the houses and you trying to renovate them and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you can have a hire contract and stuff like that. But I've been in where house I literally had to get in there myself, moving trash and stuff up out of there, cleaning up, and trying to prep it for the contractor to come in and you know what I'm saying, and actually do something with it. But yeah, that's what I'm like. I was like, man, I need to figure out something where I can get back and and make money without grinding. I'm like literally working with my hands all my life. You know what I'm saying? I always doing some type of, pretty much like manual, working my hands, you know what I'm saying? Laborer's job, you know what I'm saying? So, I like, man, I want to, of course, work with my mind. That's where it's kind of like what stock options is like. You really do. Like you not work with your hands. You work with your mind. You got to read charts. What else? Like, knowing your Greeks. Oh, I hate to call it Greeks. I don't even like the whole theory of the Greeks, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole story of Greeks and a lot of the, history of Greeks, and what was going on in that society. But anyway, let me get off there. That's a whole nother story I can get on another day. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your delta, you know what I'm saying? I literally just went over today, gamma, theta, and rho, you know what I'm saying? I think they got Vega as well. But delta, of course, is very important, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the way your stock is going to move. Every dollar that you have, say, if your delta is 50, you know what I'm saying? The stock goes up $1, you know what I'm saying? Basically, your strike, you know what I'm saying? Your delta is going to go up, like 50 cents, you know what I'm saying? Every dollar that the stock goes up, you know what I'm saying? So, just learning stuff like that, man, you know what I'm saying? Just like, what I said, watching charts and trying to understand, you know what I'm saying, the stock option, you know what I'm saying? It's a process, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been studying every day. I don't know, I think I do, like somebody told me I got what you call it, OCDC, whatever, I don't know, whatever, obsessive compulsive disorder. I might do, you know what I'm saying? Because I be like over here, I get obsessed with stuff. Like, even like, a lady was telling me, like, she's like, said, what you over here doing? Like, I'm like, man, I'm trying to get my credit straight. Like, and she seen me, like, literally, I'm working on my credit day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off. I'm writing letters back to back, like you ever seen a chain smoker? Like, I was chain writing letters, like chain writing, you know what I'm saying? Like, back to back to back. I'm sending certified letters. Yeah, I'm doing everything, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get my credit straight, you know what I'm saying? It's somewhat up now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm getting stuff deleted out of my record, like credit report, and I'm going ham, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of what I'm doing with stock options. Like, I be coming home every day, I just be like thinking, man, I'm riding in the car, even with her, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like writing, I'm like, man, we was a baby shower. I'm like, man, I'm coming up with theories and all type of, you know what I'm saying, strategies where I can invest in the stock options, you know what I'm saying? So, I just, but like I said, basically what I'm saying is, like, I'm trying to do something to where I can create some more income, but without having to work so hard for it. The main part about it is, though, you're using your mind. You're going to have to, you are still going to have to work for it, because you got to study and know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You lose money, because I didn't lost some money, messing with it, investing, you know what I'm saying? I know I lost, like, what, $1,000 the other day. I think I lost $1,000 a day. But I jumped in and out of trades too soon, you know what I'm saying? Just, trying to cut my losses. One trade, I was down, and then the stock shot up like $10. Like, I was down, it was $4 and it shot up to $10. Like, I literally missed on that move up. I missed probably about $2,000 or $3,000. You know what I'm saying? If I would have stayed in the trade, but I, got scared and jumped out of it. But anyway, I just said that to say, you're creating those streams of income. You know what I'm saying? I think it's best to create the streams of income to where you don't have to grind so hard. Now, I mean, it's cool though. If you know what I'm saying, maybe you got a business to where it's hands on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not at all. It ain't nothing wrong. But I'm just like thinking, man, if you could create something where you don't have to be so hands on, do that. I would say this. Check this out. Maybe start with the business that is hands on, because more times hands on business is like cash in hand right there. Like my food truck business, it's cash in hand. When I put up an event, it's cash in hand right there. Even though I'm grinding, but it's cash in hand. Like, I'm not worried. I don't have to worry about how the stock market may swing, or if it's up or down, or if Trump, the tariff issues, he say something, or somebody is, the analysts may rate a stock or a sell, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, buy whatever, or whatever neutral rating, where the stock just It don't move. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't have to worry about that. Maybe that may be a strategy. Create something that's cash hand where you go on and you get your cash is coming in hand right then, right then and there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you can, like through investing, through stock options or whatever. Some people trade futures, forex, commodities or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you possibly Bitcoin as well. Other investment vehicles. I would say maybe do that. It could be a double. Kind of like maybe a two-pronged approach or a double. I would say layered approach. You know what I'm saying? Where you got one where like you're gonna do a little grind in the front, and then the two you got something else that's coming in. That way you don't have to grind so hard. It kind of make it a little easier, and that money could help the actual physical business. You know what I'm saying? The more labor's business. But anyway, yeah. But I was just thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just wanted to jump on here and say that because I just think that sometimes we be out there and sometimes you be thinking about going bad. You know what I'm saying? Go good. Think about how you can go good. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, I say have a, you might do well going for like doing the stripping though, not going out here, hurting nobody. You know what I'm saying for money or whatever. But you might do well with it. You know what I'm saying? But have a sense, we see people do. They get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? Make their money and put it into something else that's gonna continue to make them money without having to do that particular thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I just want to get in here and say that real quick. I think we can, you know what I'm saying? We can have like I said, a two-pronged or two-layered approach to that, to making money. This might help somebody too, you know what I'm saying? And they may have a thought like, man, you know what I'm saying? I need to do whatever. You might want to do that. You might want to do stock options, but like I said, like me, I was in my 30s. I was about to start stripping. You might want to do that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Whatever. In your mind what you feel like is right for you. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you different. Or should be able to, tell you different. It's right for you. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking, because I know I would. I be seeing all these posts, people talking they that close from stripping. Yeah, I was about to get out there. You know what I'm saying? We would be about to be a stripper cartel. You know what I'm saying? We popping out a cake. We gonna be at your bachelor party for real. So, I can't knock nobody. Hey man, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do your thing. But you might want to consider another I would say income stream. I ain't gonna say hustle. Might consider another income stream. I'm choosing stock options. You know what I'm saying? For now, I'm choosing stock options. Of course, I'm doing the real estate too and car rental business and the food truck thing. But I'm trying to learn these stock options because I want another stream income. So if all of them go down, I know I got the skill to go in here and trade. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I can go in here and trade and pull some money out the market. So I'm just trying to put my I guess expertise and my effort into good use and my my thoughts and my my ingenuity into good use. You know what I'm saying? Because I go in and I go full tilt and be trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So but like I said, this might encourage somebody, man, to do something positive with it. Whether you do stock options or that idea you had, like, man, you know what? Let me try what I said I was going. I want to try. You know what I'm saying, for this extra stream of income. Because we all could use it. You know what I'm saying, for real. We all could use it. You know what I'm saying. And I would encourage people like, man, use ChatGPT too. Might help you. Just like work faster. You know what I'm saying? You can't rely on it for like everything, but it might help you work faster, you know what I'm saying, on certain things. So, yeah, I just want to say that, get on here, you know what I'm saying, and mention that, I think, yeah, we be close, you know what I'm saying. Well, I know I was close, you know what I'm saying. Actually, my brother is the one that talked me out of it, you know what I'm saying. Because he was like, man, what if you see, you might see some folk we know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be out there like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, man, you right. I reconsider, you know what I'm saying? Do something else, you know what I'm saying? So, But yeah, I was about to, when you say that you that close, I was closer, you know what I'm saying, to getting out there and making it happen, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out here. I just want to get on here and mention that, if y'all, like I said, you may want to have that one stream where it's a physical type thing you doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, cash, but your cash is coming in your hand, and then you got the investment side of it where maybe a little slower or whatever, or it's a learning curve you have to get before you start making money with it and, invest, like I said, doing investments or whatever, or another, form of kind of more of a hands-off stream income, you know what I'm saying, where it's coming in to you, without having to work so hard. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out here. Just want to say that. Hope y'all out there doing well. Living life, being happy. Living life, and doing great. Anyway, until next time, love y'all. All right, y'all.
Fuck it, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change the page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing on some real shit. We ran the world.